Hello Aquarius, welcome to your intuitive tarot reading for July. So let's see where you're coming from and where you're headed in July. Let's just dive right in and get some cards. Please give us some cards for Aquarius for July. I hear that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And it feels a little bit hectic. But it's as if you're obligated to something. So you can't do either. You can't say, you can't go. Like, what is this, Aquarius? Let me just tune in and see what other things I can get. I think a lot of you are trying to make the best out of this situation, like you're being very positive or finding the silver lining. And it's as if whatever you want to go towards, you have something. It's weird. I don't know if that is some knickknack or some physical stuff or a decoration or a photograph that inspires you or something like that, or some art. But it's like it's so close but so far. You have it in some form, something to remind you of where you can't go because you can't leave. And yeah, I just think this, whatever the situation is, like there's no emotional fulfillment left or no inspiration left. And I think some of you want to follow your dream somehow, but you can't. You're locked down. Something is trapping you. It might be your own thoughts, like your own limiting beliefs as well, because Eight of Swords is all about self-imposed limitations, like these ideas that we put on ourselves, why we can't. But let's just see. What's coming in July. I think in July you're gonna get out of this mental cage that you have for yourself, Aquarius, and become more emotionally stable, like more sound, more secure in your choices, more secure in who you are or what you want, perhaps, or what inspires you. You might be very inspired, or you might be dealing with something emotionally. This might be something emotionally that is holding you back, or a way of thinking. But I feel as if it's baby steps, and you might carry some of these doubts or these limitations with you. I think a lot of you need to rest as well. You might be mentally exhausted or just exhausted in general. And I feel some anger. Why do I feel some anger? I hear look what you did, or look what you did to me, or look what become of me. For some, I think there's just this very strong need to have someone take accountability for this situation, whatever it is. And there's this anger. Here you have this martyr, like you're, and I don't mean that derogatory or anything. I just mean like you're in a very painful situation and you're not able to get out of it. And you're not trying to help yourself, not really. Perhaps overanalyzing and having all of these million thoughts raising in your brain, but there's no actual steps. But here you've come to the place where you're angry, and that's good, Aquarius. That's very good, because anger is mobilizing. If this is despair or shame, that's paralyzing. You can't do anything with that. You're just stuck. It's like that sinking sand. I don't know what you call it in English, but you know, yeah. And here you've started to get this anger, and you're getting riled up. And it's as if you are preparing to either hold someone accountable or defend yourself or cut someone off or cut a situation off to rest or to put yourself first. Oi, look at that. Look at that. There is something that was unjust. And here lies the anger. I think this is why there is some anger. There is something that was very unfair or unjust, Aquarius, that caused you some heartache. And if this, if Aquarius is your sun sign and it doesn't resonate, because you probably should know by now, then make sure to check out your moon sign or Venus or rising. So they might resonate more if this isn't your storyline. But I feel also that you want to hurt someone else. I feel you want to hurt them. And it's not petty, it's nothing like that. It's just this anger or enragement and entitlement. But I don't mean entitlement as a bad word. I just mean like literally you're entitled, like it's an eye for an eye sort of. And I know that's not very spiritual to say, but it's, yeah, I see the more you, I think it's your words, like you are holding someone accountable or a situation accountable, or you're removing yourself from something. And the more you do this, I see you get even more riled up. It's like you're just getting more and more angry the more you do it, because yeah, it's just you're ventilating sort of. And the more you do this, there's this healing happening within you, Aquarius. And I see the sky is clearing up, and you're whatever this is, it's making way and opening up blocked energy so that you can get, you know, what you really deserve into your manifestation. It's lightening up your mental health and your mood, and I think it's gonna make you feel so much better. You know, having justice and fairness is, you know, it's one of our needs. It's not only being loved and listened to and stuff like that. When something is not fair, maybe you've been taken for granted or being treated very poorly, you know, that really, that's infuriating, and it really hurts. So I want to see what's coming up after this. Wait, I'm supposed to take this card. Please just sum up. It's not this one. It's this card. And the ironic is the gentle gardener. I think for a long time you've been just waiting for something to happen, and a little bit helpless, as I said. And waiting for the right timing, waiting for the season to end and to shift. But nothing has, and nothing ever did change. These eggs didn't hatch. The potential didn't hatch. Maybe you have fallen for the potential of a situation or the potential of who somebody could be, but it never happened. Yeah, there's just this waiting for the seasons, but it never happens. Let me just read this card. I want to read it as reverse, perhaps, because I feel it negatively, but it's a positive card. Do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Every time you send out a desire for something but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant seeds in the field of your dreams. When the gentle gardener appears in the reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds that you send out into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, however, because once you recognize this, you can always remove a bad seed and replace it with a healthy one. Forgiveness is your most powerful and restorative tool. I still don't feel you should. I don't think you should forgive this situation because it's not fair. It's not right. I think you should maybe forgive yourself for ending up in this situation. And it's as if whatever resentment and negative feelings that you had here, where you were in that little bit helpless stage, that's what this is talking about. And now you're coming here where you have that anger or fight for yourself, that you are standing up for yourself. And that's awesome. But I think, yeah, a lot of you are a little bit emotional and are juggling at the moment. It might be also your finances that you are juggling, or both a job and, you know, everything that you have to do at home. Like, it's just too much. Maybe that is what you're angry about. It doesn't have to be a person or a situation. It might be just your life in general. But let's see, Aquarius. What comes after this? What comes after this? I feel that you don't know. Like, things are... whatever you're embarking on now, it's like a free fall. You might not have a plan. You might not have a plan B or something like that. But you know, anything is better than whatever this is. You might be going to someone to connect, like a lover, somebody that you know fulfill you. You might take a risk on somebody. Like you're taking a risk. Like you're doing something for you, something that will make you happy. Like, it's the opposite of this. It's like you're just tearing away from this, fueled by your anger, and you're just going for something. And this is also the card of choices, difficult choices. It's the choice between your logic or to follow your heart and your desires. So this might be a union, but it might also be a contract. Yeah, here you have, this is closure, closing off something, a cycle in your life that you have put a lot of effort into, Aquarius. And you have your eyes set on this new direction, and it feels very swiftly. It's like when there is momentum that starts moving, it's as if things are moving very swiftly and gaining that momentum. Why are these suddenly upside down? This might be a breakup. Or a work situation, something that, like a union of some sorts. Like you have both. This is the Lovers and the Two of Cups, so obviously this can be a breakup. Or that you're finally, now you're just going for something. Like you're just fed up with this, and now you're just taking this leap because you just want something good. You want to feel good. You want to be happy. And you're just leaping into this new situation. This new situation might cause you to be judged or rejected by your family or a group somehow, or it might cause your finances to be unstable for a while, whatever this is. Maybe you're in between jobs, or maybe you're taking a less paid job perhaps, or you're moving into a house and it's gonna be tight for a while. I think also some of you are choosing between a union or a contract or love, and like you're cutting that off to get more stability in your life and more security. Not for all, but for some. So we want to see what else is coming here what's coming after the world? Like, what's the new beginning? What's the Fool? Show us the beginning of the Fool's journey. It's the Hermit. So I think after all of this, there are lessons that you've learned. You've got to know yourself, and you learn a lot about yourself or about people. You might see people in a different way. Yeah, it feels a little bit resentful, or like, oh, those fuckers. Like, yeah. And I think you're gonna burn some bridges as well. And I think whatever this situation is that you're leaving behind, I think for many of you, Aquarius, there's no going back. This cannot be mended and it cannot be fixed. You're so done and you're ice cold. Like, there is no warmth in your heart for this situation. There's not an ounce of passion or devotion, whatever it is. And you see things so clearly now. And now, as you come to this point where you see things very clearly, you've closed off this chapter in your life that wasn't good for you. Now things will start rolling for you, and this new cycle will come into your life, Aquarius, and things will be put straight. There will be this justice and balance and harmony in your life because you've made room for it. You've weeded out all of those weeds and emotional blockages that occupied the space, so good manifestations couldn't come in. And yeah, this was a very dramatic reading, Aquarius, and I freaking love it. Putting you first. So I hope I see you again in August.